Hey everybody, Old Folks here. There is a server taking place on a few of the different servers. It's going to be Merger 98. If you've got this message in your mailbox, then most likely you are going to be with us. I want to say I believe it's 356 to 359, but I could be wrong, so just check your messages and your mails and go from there. Basically, I'm going to kind of go through the simple message they sent here, and then I'm going to talk a few more specifics. So just bear in mind as I go through here, you can read the message. Basically what's going to happen is when the server merges, you can't log in. After it's done, you can come back to this. If you don't have any other accounts that you've created or any other servers you've created here on your account, it'll put you on the newest one. But that's not a big issue. Once the merger takes place, castles are randomly moved anywhere in that kingdom you're part of. So if you're part of Phoenix, it's going to be somewhere in Phoenix. If you're in Dragon, it's going to be somewhere in Dragon. But you don't actually end up in a different kingdom. They do give you one precise relocation card and one kingdom transfer card. So just kind of know that. Basically, if you're like me, and I'm going to show real quick, I have on my server list, I have this one on 356, I've got this one 357, 359. I've got a lot of different accounts. It's going to take the highest account on the servers that merge. So if 357 and 359 merge with my 356, these are 43, these are 52, this one is level 89, so obviously this is the one that is going to be kept. Let's go back to the mailbox and we will go from there. So basically you say what happens to those other accounts. It deletes the other accounts. If it's under level 40 and it hasn't been logged in 90 days, it automatically deletes it. If it's above level 35, if you're under 35 and you haven't been logged in 15 days, your castle's not going to show up at all. So that castle won't even show up. But if you're obviously higher than that and you're playing, it's going to show up somewhere on the server. Now, for me, I have characters with multiple characters on different servers. When they delete the smaller ones, there's going to be something that takes place with the diamonds. What happens is if you have 1,000 diamonds or more, then you're going to get 1,000 diamonds plus 10% of everything over 1,000. So on two of my servers, I have 10,000 diamonds. I'm going to come away with the 1,000 for being at 1,000 or more, and then a 900 more, because there's obviously 9,000 left after the original 1,000. 10% of that's 900. So I'll walk away with 1,900 diamonds off of each of those servers. It's automatically added. It doesn't come into your in-game mail. If you're thinking, hey, I'm going to create a new account today, it's not going to happen. They don't give you anything for a new account if it hasn't been older. So I make mine as soon as I make a new server just to collect rewards. If you've got a negative amount because you did a chargeback, they're going to actually factor that in. So if you have an account that's got negative 5,000 diamonds and you have 5,000 diamonds on this server, you're going to have 0 when you come together. If you've got multiple accounts or multiple servers that you play on that merge, they're going to add the VIPs of all the deleted accounts to yours. That's not if I have a VIP 5 and a VIP 5, I suddenly become a VIP 10. It actually adds the points up. So if it's 500 points and 500 points, you now have 1,000 points. Everything else besides the diamonds are deleted. You cannot keep them. That means castles, soul stones, it doesn't matter, it's gone. So don't worry about it. Now if this was a merger of a merger, basically then only that server that you keep gets the diamonds. You don't get anything from anywhere else. You don't get that. Leadership changes. Basically leadership's given to an elder. If the leadership account gets deleted, if there's no elder, it gives to the highest level troop. If there's nobody else besides the leader, it's deleted. None of that's really important. You shouldn't see any of that here. Duplicate names, basically, I've got old folks on 3 servers that are supposed to merge together. Obviously, my highest one's keeping it, but let's say your name's Bob and there were 2 other guys that are Bob. Whoever's the highest Bob gets to be Bob, and the rest of you have to change your name. And they do give you 1 free name change. Same thing works with alliances. If there's multiple alliances with the same names, the lowest one has to change their name. There's a whole section on how Diamond Fortnights and other things else are handled transferring. You can read the email. Basically, sometimes they add together, sometimes they don't. It depends on all sorts of different stuff. it's a pain. I'm not going to deal with it. The cool thing is the ranking, all the tower defense rankings, the crystal dungeon, all those rankings are reset. The flower stays the same, but the cool part of that is basically when you come here tomorrow after the merger, the arena's reset and you get diamonds again for working your way up through the ranks. So if you got to level 1 where Empire's at right now, you would get all the diamonds you would get if you got to number 1 the first time. So I think it's like 3,000 diamonds or so total, something like that. You're going to get those 3,000 again. So log on early, get your rewards in, because remember, there's going to be 4 times the people, and it's going to be harder to fight through the arena if you take too long. So that is a quick glance at what happens. Tomorrow I will actually, once the merger takes place, I will actually do a little video on that part. For alliances, one of the key things you want to look at excuse me, is where you're going to put your alliance mine. Realize now that your kingdom is going to have 4 times the people, and hopefully you've done a good job of communicating with the other servers you're merging with, working out some sort of alliances, realizing you're going to want to stake your claim early on whatever, you know, mine you have. Currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. That is not going to happen, obviously, once the merger takes place. You're going to want to pick 1 or 2 mines that are somewhere close that you can defend, and you're going to want to hold those. After about the first 3 or 4 days, you can kind of go from there and determine whether or not you can actually hold 2 or 3, but really try to get the one that's most important to you and maintain that. Work with your alliance mates, work with your union mates, really kind of help solidify those agreements you've communicated and go from there. Now, your alliance may not be a big alliance. Your alliance may have only a few members, and you may have a base of heroes that have not came back. If that is the case, you may need to try and find a new home. You say, now, well, folks, we've done a lot of work on our server, on our thing here, and I'm just going to back out. I want to show something here right now in the rankings. So when we look at alliances, you know, obviously they're going by points, and let's say, and I'm just going to pick on Cesario. So Cesario has so many points, obviously, inside their thing. If we go to their leader, I'm going to jump to him. Here's their fortress. Obviously, they've got a level 5 fortress. You know, and they say, hey, we like this here. We want to maintain our keep. But let's say their citadel's only level 4, and they only have, let's say, you know, 40 people in their alliance. They may want to merge with another alliance that has, you know, the same amount of people, or maybe a few more, has a level 5 or level 6 citadel. It creates them a stronger base, as well as a group of other individuals. So you may have to do that. Don't be afraid to join, you know, another alliance. That's part of what happens in mergers. You know, some alliances die and some don't. Just be prepared for that. But in the end, have fun. If you got any specific questions, leave me a message. I'll gladly answer them. And I hope this helps you as you prepare for your first merger. And again, I'll shoot another video once the merger takes place showing what actually goes down. Thanks for watching, guys.